てゆくか夜空を見上げて願うこと信じる力が私を支えるどんな未来が待っていようと彼と一緒に歩いてゆくそんなの関係ない私の愛はどんな声にも負けない胸の中に抱く情熱が全てを乗り越えてゆくから関係ない信じている彼と私の絆は永遠にあの日の笑顔今も忘れられない君と過ごした時間夢のように流れた背中越しに感じる冷たい風さよならを告げる前にもう一度だけさよならバイバイ切ない言葉心の奥で響いている思い出は消えないどこにいても愛のかけらを抱きしめてさよならバイバイ涙の海で君の面影を探し続ける最後の一瞬忘れないようにこの胸に刻む永遠に街の明かりがぼやけてゆく寂しさが心を締め付ける君と見た景色色あせてゆくけどその笑顔だけは忘れられないさよならバイバイ切ない言葉心の奥で響いている思い出は消えないどこにいても愛のかけらを抱きしめてさよならバイバイ涙の海で君の面影を探し続ける最後の一瞬忘れないようにこの胸に刻む永遠に日が経っても心は変わらない君への思いは消えないまま新しい道を歩むけど君との思い出が支えてくれるさよならバイバイ切ない言葉心の奥で響いている思い出は消えないどこにいても愛のかけらを抱きしめてさよならバイバイ涙の海で君の面影を探し続ける最後の一瞬忘れないようにこの胸に刻む永遠に
About the guy, I was like, one, the guy isn't even dead, and then two, the guy was like about to fucking flee with some woman's kids, and he'd already been like convicted of sexual assault and shit, and he had a knife in the car. It was like really bad. But all of the protesting and violence that came out of that eventually culminated in the Rittenhouse shootings also came from a bullshit analysis of a partial video. So it seems a little bit insane to me that we could come out and make statements that are this fucking crazy. And every single time this administration speaks, do you admit that this administration, when they speak, the goal is always to divide and demonize? That there has never been a cabinet level or presidential level statement to try to like get people to calm the fuck down. It's always been to castigate and attack and villainize the other side.
I don't know. All of these I guess how do I put collective. All of these assigning statements to me is difficult. I think in politics people act in their own interest, and whatever's in their own interest typically will materialize at a really high level. but I'm far more concerned with like ideologically individual.
What was in? Can you tell me what was in Biden's own interest when he condemned the attempted assassination of Donald Trump and was assigning him additional Secret Service personnel? What was in Biden's own interest for that?
So much. I mean, he would seem absolutely like a tyrannical like dictator. That'd be insane. I mean,
Then why is it that when Trump? Why is it that when Trump? Why is it that when Trump?
If Gavin Newsom was assassinated, would it not be in Trump's interest to try and like assign more personnel to him?
But he doesn't. Trump literally removed additional Secret Service personnel from Democrats as soon as he came into office.
Wait, okay, so is your argument that Joe Biden was, I guess, cooperating with Trump when he had like had one of the most high-profile assassination attempts in recent years because Joe Biden was like just a moral person acting in
Yes, yeah. My argument was that Joe Biden is a moral, good man, and Donald Trump and all of the people around him are actual evil, demonic fucks. Yeah, and it's like super obvious. If you remove like the political partisan blinders, it's like very, very obvious from every angle. Kash Patel making statements about the Tyler Robinson guy before they had any information about it. The guy might beat his trial because this guy was so stupid in terms of tweeting out stuff about this ongoing shooting event like 2 hours later saying they'd caught the suspect and everything else. Like, there's a reason why his lawyer and Robinson haven't made any statements related to anything. Like, yeah, this is incredibly irresponsible. It's politically divisive for the goal of being politically divisive. And it's bad. It's evil shit. Like, better men, better people wouldn't do this. Like, good people wouldn't do this stuff. It's all like a partisan game bullshit to these people. But that's like so painfully, I can't even believe I have to say this. It's like so obviously true. Like, we can find Trump's truth about this. He doesn't even need to make a statement. It's the president of the United States. Why is he tweeting out or truthing out that she's a domestic terrorist or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when you go down the rabbit hole of like administrative statements, I think that many.
Why are you saying rabbit hole? Like, there's so much confusion, and you're just so incapable of evaluating critically any statement made by somebody who's part of the administration. How is it a rabbit hole?
I can absolutely critically evaluate the statement. I can see Kristi Noem's statement being incorrect is bad. It is bad that it was publicly said, but I'm not going to make like a judgment call on the entirety. You're extrapolating agencies having false statements or applications of false statements into like a moral call over the character of the entirety of the administration seeking like active division and takeover. To me, this is such a wild escalation in mentality.
But it's not, because
that is actually untrue.
The level of the statement, well, the factual
America and wants to divide the country.
The factuality of the statement, the type of fact we're talking about probably matters, right? So like, if she were to say that this shooting happened in Chicago and got the place wrong, then that's not a big deal. Or that the car was a different type and got that wrong, that's not a big deal. Or that the cop heard one shot instead of 3 or 4 shots, maybe not a big deal. But when the lies, it's not like she just has random facts wrong. It's every single fact agrees with the pre-selected narrative that this administration has been trying to shove down everybody's throats for a year. That's not just wrong information. There's a very clear ideological driving push for where every single statement
welcome
is
back,
coming
Michelle.
from, right? How many
How are
years
you
have
today?
we heard all of the MAGA people say that there's like this coordinated paid campaign to get protesters paid by Soros and everybody else to come and be professional? I think Trump might even call this lady a professional agitator. I'll have to go find his truth on it, or if somebody in chat can link it.
Do you not believe there are any paid protesters at all?
I've heard this claim for a decade.
Yo, what's up,
and I've
Lauren?
seen zero proof of it ever. And I've seen proof of it
I
happening.
think I've seen clips of people like, this is like a topic where I guess I'm not, my knowledge base is definitely significantly lower than you here, but have you not seen the footage of people interviewing people who are like paid protesters?
Proof.
Or
I need proof.
the same,
I don't
I'm doing good today.
No.
Thank you for asking.
No.
How are you today?
No. I don't think James O'Keefe Project
Well, never
Veritas
mind. You already
slot
answered.
clip of 12 seconds or some highly edited 10-minute video or if you're talking about the thing that was Sora AI that even Trump was retweeting the other day.
So the standard.
Wait. Are you talking about the video recently where the guy said he like didn't have a job? And he was out there.
No, I'm not speaking to any specific clip. I've seen multiple clips that all point in the direction. But even then, to me, that's like I guess like obviously people are demonstrating for protests. But if there's some examples where protests are exacerbated, like you can go to assigning a motive. Is it a logical leap to say?
All right,
for
chat.
certain
Final
topics,
two.
It is advantageous to manufacture a protest that will make it seem optically as though people are outraged, or maybe make it seem like people who are already outraged in some way should get involved more.
Yeah, you're describing the entire Republican Party right now. That's what they do. when they get everybody riled up about trans people or everybody riled up about
Thought that person was on the other side.
Somalis.
Fuck.
Like that's what just happened in Minnesota,
what's up,
right? With the
303?
Nick Shirley video. No, it's not both
How are you
parties.
today?
I wish the left did this.
How
more
are
at
you
this
today?
point, but no. All of the largest protests, like 8 of the 10 last largest protests in the country, have happened under Donald Trump because of the shit that he says and because of the violence that he incites. Nobody forced Trump to send the National Guard to
no
the
problem,
states
Michelle,
without
no
their authority
problem.
or consent, right?
So the blanket statement is denying, like, I guess all of the nuance. Like, there's many scenarios wherein, do you agree that there's any scenarios wherein the left has spread misinformation to make their, not never spread misinformation, but like deliberately placed, I guess, like divisive rhetoric that is designed to rile people up more than they reasonably should be?
Name one example.
Like, I think a good example is the attempting to make abortion a campaign issue.
You don't think women have strong feelings about abortion? You think that's a false issue?
They do, but what can she do about it?
Can try to get a law passed to make it so that abortion is a protected thing in all 50 states?
That wouldn't be an act of the president.
No, but the president can push for their Congress to do something. What do you mean the president can cheerlead legislation from Congress?
That would be congressional, but like I think making
Hold on,
that
wait, I need you. Hold on, wait, before I
presidential
move on. The president of the United States runs on a policy platform, right? And that policy platform, now I understand you're younger, maybe the young generation doesn't know this, but typically Congress does that. Now I know that right now we have a dictator who thinks he can do everything just from the White House, but traditionally presidents run on policy platforms that require support from the Congress. When Trump ran on repeal and replace the ACA in 2016, that had to be done by Congress. Or when Trump runs on tax cuts, that has to be done by Congress. So typically, yeah, presidents will run on platforms that the Congress has to enact, right?
Yeah, I mean, okay, well, I guess obviously
okay.
she could aid the issue, but that being the primary campaign promise, it's a very unlikely to resolve problem. And even then, or I would say it's not a problem. I think states' rights is the ideal situation. So that's a bit.
Well, hold on, but yeah, but some people would say that the right for a mother to have an
by
abortion.
their definition, it's a problem. On mine, it's not.
Sure.
But either way, that's the semantic. But
Also, when you say states' rights, I just want to check real quick. When you say states' rights, do you agree that state police force should have the authorization to shoot and kill any National Guard people deployed by the federal government against the consent of the governor of that state?
No.
So the states don't have rights then. So I don't know where you got the states' rights thing in your mind, but you acknowledge the Second Amendment was literally created. Hold on, wait. I just want to be clear. Constitutional convention, the Second Amendment, right? That whole militia part that I realized, the whole reason why the Second Amendment exists was for states to protect their own interests from an over-encroaching federal police force or federal military to come in and overthrow like a state government, right? So
in the state of revolution, yeah, totally.
So when you call it when the National Guard is deployed against the governor's wishes, when the National Guard is deployed against the governor's wishes by the President of the United States, how is that not just the government sending the army to your state to enforce whatever they want? Is that not a states' rights issue?
I mean, federal overrule.
Oh, so like if Kamala Harris would have gotten the Congress to pass a law saying abortion is now a protected right in all 50 states, then the federal law there would supersede all of the state laws then, right?
I believe that is the actual nature of government policy.
Well, I don't know. You were just arguing against it, saying this should be a states' rights issue, but now it seems you agree that...
No, it should. Hold on. Should be versus can be. These are very different arguments. They can deploy the They can deploy federal forces to states, overruling state forces.
Well, to be clear, they couldn't do that. That was illegal. That was an illegal deployment, right? And I think now the National Guard has been withdrawn from those states, from the president forcibly deploying. You need the consent of the governor to do this. And we know this because during the BLM riots, Trump was complaining about governors not allowing him to send the National Guard there. So he knows that. We know that. That was an illegal deployment. And I think it's been basically adjudicated as such, except for in D.C., where the federal government is obviously that's their territory.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's right.
You said what's that in the background?
More so, I think the federal does supersede state. I guess I'd have to look at the individual clauses, see how it's resolved, but that's my understanding of the national system. In terms of like the armed forces.
Well, no, but your federal policing can do their federal policing, but you can't forcibly deploy a National Guard to a state without the governor's consent. You need the governor's consent to do that, unless the state is in rebellion.
Yo, thank you, Michelle.
But I don't know. For me, at least initially, this is not my area of expertise, but like the individual deployments.
Still gotta get warmed up. Gotta get warmed up.
How can you have an ideological basis if you don't know any of the process or procedure? The ideology.
How is that true? How is that like
Well, it's like me saying that like I have like the best approach to like using firearms or guns, or I think I could be like the best tactician ever, but I've never actually shot a gun before. I don't even know, right?
this is obviously opening up like a way different debate.
Well, yeah, but I think it kind of like affects everything. Because this ideology thing is allowing you to assign an unbelievable amount of responsibility to Democrats or to Christians like
You say you're using your mom account right now? Okay. Cool. W mom. W mom.
who seems to have shot her in self-defense. Based on the attached clip, it is hard to believe he's alive, but is now recovering in the hospital. The situation is being studied in its entirety, but the reason these things are happening is a radical left is threatening, assaulting, and targeting our law enforcement officers and ICE agents on a daily basis. They're trying to use their mobile. Right? All of this statement is a fucking lie. Nobody told him this. He just said he watched the video and he saw this. What the fuck did he watch?
I guess I'd say, listen, as far as Trump says,
Oh my god, it's gonna take forever to get up here.
Lies is a wrong thing. Why do you do that? If I fucked your dog in the ass, then the inflammatory thing that you would say is like that. That's all you would say. You would say it's reprimandable? You would walk me fucking your dog, your squealing dog who's crying and screeching in front of you, and you'd be like, that's pretty bad, but I don't know what's happening. Because this is very vivid right now. The president of your country is demonstrably false lies trying to stoke civil war in the fucking country. And you're like, well, it's pretty bad, I don't know. What part of your ideology? Okay, what is the one strongest part of your ideology that's related to represents?
well, I guess my big issue, this is like such a... My big
Mr. Riff. Oh, it's fine. Because there's people fighting right here. So many people. What's up, Dante? Yo, W. Michelle.
Okay, so he got way more money from these Jewish dollars. Okay, he got way more allegiance to fucking Israel. What part of your... I'm trying to figure out what part of your ideology here is like, oh, well, at least Trump represents us the best.
Well, I think he does, and this is actually what I liked about him more so, but I think that trying to focus on
Okay, so he's like nuking different parts of our dollar has lost 10% of its value overseas. We're fighting traitors. We're starting wars in multiple places.
Yo, I'm doing good, Dante. What about you? Thank you, Michelle.
I think the problem I don't believe in trickle down.
Okay, do you think that the deregulating of all like the whole crypto finance, all that stuff, is that helping the middle class? Do you think that like supporting H-1B visas for still a fucking job, do you think that's helping the middle class?
Saying so you're nervous? Yo, good luck on your science. Good luck on your science exam. Yo, Aku, thank you so much for the follow, dude. And thank you for the likes. Yo, shout out to Aku.
Oh my god, my Shayla.
W Aku, W Aku. Yo, thank you so much for the likes on TikTok.
Right? There were less than Obama's. Obama was a better deporter.
W Aku, W Aku.
So why does he like work with the government? Why does he make an enemy of everybody? Why does he make an enemy of every single section of the government? Okay, well, here's a question.
There's a lot of people over there.
If I point to the Trump plan, can I see all of the stoking racial random shit, the Haitian
Beans.
and the trying to foment all this hysteria around like check Iran line, MS-13 or whatever, and then I look at them celebrating like opening alligator Alcatraz, and then you're asking me, do you really think they're trying to just make an enemy out of Americans that are opposed to this? How is that not the case? Of course.
Yeah, I'm gonna carry the real fish. It's pretty good.
No, it's that when you show an amount of cruelty, when you're trying to accomplish a thing, people are probably less likely to go with you on that, right? Okay, so as the president,
Yo, thank you guys so much for the likes on TikTok.
15-year-old TikToker, and should maybe like
I need to go get that supply drop. What's up, Mo Slash? Thank you, Homer.
imagine he said, we're gonna go to every state, and we're gonna voluntarily request from every state.
Heal up right quick. Heal up.
People who are here legally.
Yo, thank you so much for the hearts on the red app. Thank you.
Instantaneous, every red state is there.
Yo, W Dante. W Antoniak. I see you.
Criminals who have committed felonies, right? I think that would be like an easy thing. You don't need an alligator Alcatraz. You don't need Christy Nome.
All right, chat. Final person. Let's go.
Standing in front of cages, filming stupid fucking videos. Like you could just do this, and I feel like there are so many ways. Like, oh, I had a ton of people, and it didn't seem to get the same treatment. Revels in the divisiveness and the aggression and exploiting the flames of civil war destruction. With the truth I read earlier, you don't need
Let's go, chat.
Oh my god, my Shayla.
Yo, what's up, Danielle?
I don't think anybody wants to.
W Michelle, I see you. W Michelle.
If the bill that Biden passed,
Yo, thank you so much for 1.3K on the likes. Hey.
a Republican senator for immigration, if that bill would have been supported at the end of Biden's term, instead of Trump pulling the plug.
All right, that's Crown Win 120.
Is open to run on the election. If that bill would have passed, we would have less illegal immigrants today in the country than we do.
All right, that's the first Crown Win of the day.
Else.
That's the first one of today. That's the first win of the live. In fact.
None of this shit would be happening. We'd have less people in this country. We would have processed all the asylum people by now. It would have been way better, but instead, we're never getting a bill on it, right? And I talked to 100 fucking Republicans before that. None of these fucking cowards,
Aku said
all
nice.
these retards on Twitter are going to admit it now. But I asked all of them, if Trump doesn't
Yo, thank you so much, Aku, and thank you so much for the support, dude. W Aku. Zero bills is the only reason I play Fortnite. Zero bills is the only reason I play Fortnite. I used to play bills, but I stopped playing bills in chapter 2. I have no desire to go back. I have no desire to go back. Yo, W Aku, and thank you guys so much for the hearts. What's up, Goblin? Welcome back, dude. W Goblin. Yeah, bro. I was playing Fortnite up until like chapter 2, season 2. And then I stopped playing because the updates were bad. And I didn't come back to Fortnite until the Dragon Ball season. Whatever chapter they added Dragon Ball, that's when I came back. But for the longest, I normally rotate between that and COD. But I haven't played COD in a while. COD has been pretty ass. So no desire for COD either. But I can deal with Blitz because Blitz is short. In and out. If you're gonna lose, get the game done quick. You get what I mean? I see no reason to stay in the game for 20 plus minutes if you're just gonna lose in the end.
The bill that they had before, and they would have been able to chew through all of the asylum stuff. You got 20 minutes.
Yo, W Canal Grimly, let's go. Yo, I'm glad you like the aim, Canal. Thank you. No diss to anybody that play bills. It's just not for me anymore. It's alright, bro. I don't do 1v1s anyway.
These things that you're talking about, these are conservative memes of people on the left. The average person on the left is not doing Canadian fucking land acknowledgements and saying there are no stolen people on land or no illegal people on stolen. Listen,
Yo, thank you so much for 2,000 on the likes. Yo, thank you so much, Aku.
People or kids have more radical positions, but that's not your average Democrat voter is not the person going to.
Shoot, the only reason I play Blitz is because I want to get into fights quick. Other than that, I just be sitting up playing creative or something. In one of those modes where you just get into fights back to back. The normal game mode take too long to me. Though I will rotate between zero build. I'm gonna start playing reload. Reload seems pretty fun. It's very sweaty, but it seems fun. Damn, pussy. Ooh, he lucky. I almost got that kid. Dude got so lucky. Dude got so lucky. Because he absolutely almost lost that fight. Yeah, I haven't played a single game of Reload since they added it to the game. But the upgrading Chrome weapons make me want to play Reload. You said, Michelle, you said Reload is pretty easy. Interesting. All I ever hear and see is Reload being sweaty. A lot of people spamming the grapplers and stuff, you know? Yo, thank you so much for the likes, Aku.
have done is if a certain amount came in, then if like over 4,000 or 5,000 would come in, then the administration would say no more asylum seekers at all. That was the whole point, was that the bill would cap it. If too many came in, to say if this many came in over the course of a week or whatever, then you could say no more coming in. Before the cap was nothing.
あの星をもう一度見たいキラキラと光る未来へ頑張る勇気を取り戻してもう一度夢を描いて
No, I think what would have happened is once we got through the backlog, while the asylum seeking people
Somebody just lost their crown.
into the country illegally anymore.
Aku said Welpin go and help more with likes.
Oh, that was a real person. What? That's crazy. No problem, Aku. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for helping with the likes.
But if that asylum backlog is basically eliminated, and you come into the country and you're like, you want to asylum? Okay, cool. We're gonna see you fucking tomorrow.
Yeah, bro. Reload be looking super sweet. I need to learn how to do the little grappler slide. I feel like to actually be able to keep up, I need to learn how to do that. Yep, come on. We flying together. We are flying together. Yo, see you later, Dante.
Shit was gone, and once people figured out the asylum package, a ton of people started abusing that. And then we had a piece of legislation, because believe it or not, Congress is the one that's supposed to do all this shit, to actually solve the problem and to put an upper cap, because sometimes there'd be so many people coming in, you can say, hey, more than 5,000 people, the cap is zero now for a week or two until we process these people. That would have been a real, actual solution for our, if you believed it was a real problem. But this is why I know that
When I say they will run.
because there's not many real solutions for it. These are people who can send the National Guard to Chicago in 2 weeks and fix all crime, or that all crime is gone in D.C., or that Donald Trump closing the border means
He just threw a shield bubble. That's a real person below me.
3 months. It's fucking retarded. There's no way the number's zero. I don't even believe it. It's crazy. They don't say zero.
Fuck, dude. Why did that second shot not hit? Like, that second shot completely blank.
For some people, it actually bothers me. It's like back at home where like Trump is like my Lord and Savior. I disagree with him on numerous points. But what I can say is, regardless, the outcome is far more prevalent. I focus far less on the whole, like, is the honesty there than what is the outcome right now. The outcome right now is the crimes are significantly lower. Whether or not Trump, being the exaggeratory person he is, who wants to inflate himself, objectively, that's his just common behavioral traits. Whether or not he is pushing those numbers up through, like, saying it's actually zero, or not, constantly lower. So that's what I'm focused on. I don't sit here and cherry I don't sit here and read every tweet from Trump and say, it's like exaggerated. Clearly, it's not. I don't see it.
Every tweet from Trump, I'm just saying, I'm such exaggerating. He's lying to stoke. If it was the case that the president of the United States was lying to stoke the until a civil war breaks out, would that be a really bad thing to you, or is that just kind of like a, I don't really watch this tweet much? Donald was labeling one side over and over again as all the radical domestic terrorists and hate agitators who are engaged in domestic If Donald Trump is saying that everybody in the left is a radical terrorist, that all the Democrats are radical Democrats, that all federal lawsuits and what is he trying to do? Can you give me a single example of any Democrat ever engaged in that?
I mean, Destiny, earlier you were talking about how
I'm not an elected politician. Try again. For any elected leader who's engaged in that rhetoric.
so
labeling everybody on the other side a domestic terrorist, saying all of the protests are paid agitators, implying that there's no legitimate grievance anywhere, saying that all the violence comes from radical leftist Dems, which apparently is all of Congress, like rhetoric that's on this level.
Okay, so can I break it down? Okay, so first off, saying that all of them are paid protesters, and all paid protesters.
Every Republican for like the past 10 years has claimed it's a huge, widespread problem. Yeah, I think it's on Johnson's Twitter today.
That's not the same statement.
Not all of them, most of them are. Sorry, when I say all, that was an exaggeration. Wait. You agree that the statement that most of, or even half of, all the protesters are paid, that's an insane statement to make, right? Because there's never been any proof of that ever, right?
Yo, what's up, Autumn? Or is the people still over here?
Lying. That's a lie. That's not an exaggeration. That's a lie.
And then saying that leftists. I get that there are paid protests. That's a ridiculous thing that those that there are not. So if you say that there are many, I do not in any way believe that we've seen that there's a bunch of paid protests.
I have seen absolutely
GG's, Michelle.
of any protesters being paid ever. I've never seen it. You're asking me one of like logical possibility. Like I'm sure there probably is something. I guess.
Excuse me.
I'm sure some people, but that's not his implication that somebody might have found it. When they say it, they imply that they found it. And they say it happened on a massive scale. I've never seen any evidence. What? How would that not be? Show us the evidence. What do you mean? He's the president of the United States. You can just make statements and not show anybody the evidence for your statement. Otherwise, the other person can make any statement he wants.
If you feel like it, you should change your profile pic. If you think you have a cool picture to replace it with, you know?
Actually, can I ask a follow-up question? Sure. If someone's trying to incite something, and their goal is to sow dissent to the point that it leads to mass casualties,
Yep.
then what is your solution?
I can't say it's on YouTube right now.
Okay. I was just seeing if it tracked. Okay.
Let me ask this question from the other side. Wait, let me ask this question from the other side.
See if I can get to this supply drop. I see your profile pic. I see it. It's okay, man. It's okay. It's okay, Michelle.
Aku set him back.
Yo, welcome back, GOAT.
But I would say that his statement
All right, cool. Let me reorganize my inventory right quick. And there's somebody back here too.
question because, like, if you were to ask me, who do you think has more like violent opposition, like Hitler or Barack Obama? Well, probably Hitler. It's like, oh, well,
Yo, W Dexter. What's up, Mr. Nobody? Shout out to you, Goat.
This is about reaction. So obviously, through your idea, Trump is a person. I can agree with that. Yeah, but that would escalate to violence. But then you go to like the right, regardless of, a good example is a lot of like, regardless of debating that individual topic, let's say you really get like Hitler on the problem. That right, you do not follow
so one, literally multiple Number two, right wingers now are happy. I think there was just another girl that died in Texas like a week or two ago because she has a doctor's abortion because they're worried about committing murder. So I mean, I feel like this does happen on the right. Maybe not as commonly.
Ah, that's crazy, dude. Come on. When people use it, they smash me through the bubble every time. Come on, man. W. William Murphy. What's up, Goat?
But the issue is that the left doesn't get the administration to carry out their violent
Aku said, how tall are you?
but the right does get their administration to carry out their violent fetish fantasies for them. So it's hard to make a comparison.
You said how tall am I? I am 6'2".
Well, no, abortion is a bullshit. I don't think.
What's up, big stepper?
As much as they say they do. So I immediately reject that.
W. William, I see
Aku
you, Goat.
758.
That's fine. I know people say that.
W. Big Stepper.
But I'm saying that if I'm on the left,
You're 5'8". Nice, nice.
of my left-leaning president, going ham, right? What do I have? I've got Biden, who's constantly saying, I want to be president for all Americans. I've got Garland, who took 2 years to actually issue indictments or an investigation for Donald Trump to appoint a special counsel.
Aku said at 12.
What? Where's my violent fantasies from? I got Obama, who did
You said at 12. Okay.
I could do Trump.
Dang, dang, yeah, you're tall. You're tall.
I would say if the left uses abortion as like a violent, evil act, then the right wingers do see the return.
William, I'm so sorry to hear that. I am so sorry to hear that, William.
If you're trying to compare,
By saying, okay, this obviously means that violence, the right is not limiting
the right gets the administration, though. That's the difference. That's what I'm saying. Their fantasy.
worldview, so does the left.
If we're only looking at abortion, are we going to compare abortion as like such a clear-cut, obvious answer to every other type of thing that we're talking about?
So are you arguing that the right also wants that violence against the left? But instead of, maybe I misunderstood the point, maybe instead of the outlet being through their own will, the right gets it done through ICE, but not necessarily that ICE is the provocation for, like the unequal provocation for abortion. It's a really bad way to say it.
I'm just saying, abortion is like a,
or as violent as ICE.
kind of, but I'm saying like abortion is like an issue that, regardless of your stance on it, I happen to be pro-choice, but any reasonable person would acknowledge that there are difficult questions to answer in the first couple months of a fetus's existence. So that's not a clear cut. The only way that it's clear cut is if you're religious. But otherwise, there's like reasonable interpretation on both sides of that debate. But things become much less hazy when it comes to like issuing indictments to political or sending deploying them against the will of governors against all the states, or having federal agents standing outside California buildings or newsrooms getting these people. These things are way more clear cut than that.
He sounds like an amazing dog. He really does.
I mean, it's not even like, it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense from a perspective of your like, who gets the most abortions? Black people, right? Like, isn't that good for
rap about a race.
Okay, okay, whatever. The people would
I
be
think
less.
mass genocide of African Americans.
Get abortions as long as we just not even let's say that I wanted just to be clear, hold on, wait, hold on. Just to be clear, I super disagree with that. I think that's the easiest part of the question in the world. I mean, I can stand for my I can use 50 million different ways how it could be worse. But so it's not, it's very simple. It's only hard right now. It's only hard because you're trying to think of things that Trump hasn't already done. And you realize, holy shit, on my checklist, like 100 things he's done. That he's done, that he's done, that. That's why this hard question for you. The fact that you say it's really hard for me to think of what would be more insightful if civil war was permanent is an indictment of the current administration. But go ahead. So like when Donald Trump
All right, chat. Final two. Final two.
people should be tried for treason and hung. Senators or whatever think that fucking be on military shit.
He's not called them. He called them.
And executed.
Yeah, if they were liable for the crime. Yeah, if you're found guilty, I can say, well, they should be tried for possibly indefinitely. That's very, very, very different.
Okay. In that case, then.
All right, chat.
If every Democrat
Final person, let's go.
were to say, I think that we need to start trying every single Republican for treason. You'd be okay with it. Oh, that's fine. He said try it first. Just to be clear, you know that that's what everybody does, right? Like, there's no such thing as a dictator that comes up and says, we're gonna illegally murder our opponents, we're gonna illegally murder people. There's a reason why, right? When Saddam Hussein executed people, it's because they were being traitors to the party. When people come out, Pinochet was murdering the opposition, like Gaddafi.
Let's go, chat.
Murdering our opponent.
What up for the function? What up for the function? The way I feel right now.
Already released false.
Let's go, chat.
Now they're trying to indict the fucking chair of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell. Yes.
You can think that, but it's a ridiculous tweet of character. That's a wild tweet in character assumption. Maybe, just maybe. You can't say like, it's the same as saying like, oh, because, which I it's actually a different statement, but you can't say that because we're bringing a case where they are trying to subvert the justice system to result in that person being falsely imprisoned. But either way, I obviously, I don't know, like my thing with Trump is amazing and perfect.
Like, I guarantee you that in 4 or 5 years, when the Democrats won the next election, you're going to be criticizing every single thing the Democrat does to be beyond the line. Even though you can't give me a single thing that Biden did that was anywhere near as close to it. And would probably even proved out today if I were to go Trump.
Trump's more inflammatory than Biden.
Yes, but not in the direction of left is a terrorist. Everyone on the left is evil. Everyone on the left is trying to do this thing. But people on the right are righteous, and when they engage in violence, they're actually doing it for good reasons. And like, this is crazy shit for the president of the United States to be saying.
Yeah, that's a worse trait than Biden. He has that worse than Biden. Yeah, but I don't believe. Like, my difference between me and you.
Well, hold on, wait, just real quick. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have it worse than. But wait, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. What incites for civil war then? You hold on, just to be clear, you agree that wait, you agree that the Civil War people in the United States, they didn't incite for civil war, right? They just said they wanted the states to have their own country, that they have the right to secede from the Union. That wasn't inciting civil war, right? So the Civil War that we happened wasn't incited by people who wanted a civil war, right? Even for the seceding, when they said we are seceding and all that shit, and the attacks at Fort Sumter and everything, yeah, these people, none of them were apparently engaged in civil war because nobody came out and said, I want civil war. Why does that have to be a civil war? You can't secede, you can't leave as a country, and now you have to be a
Luca, you gotta be a subscriber, goat.
Might be like a little bit violent in terms of rhetoric or political adversaries. Nobody ever says that. The most evil dictators of all time never said that. They come out and do something this person has been guilty of trying to subvert our country, and they've been treasonous. Now we found them guilty for hanging them. That's always what they'll say. Maybe they'll have a special process for it, like they just put a special prosecutor in the fucking White House to issue these bullshit indictments towards people or whatever. You agree that like the indictments that we issue towards Comey were bullshit, right? I mean, first of all, the indictments that they've been seeking, like on Letitia James Jones, on Comey, on both, these are like bullshit indictments. Do you agree with that? That the Comey indictments were bad? Okay, therefore, I would recommend looking into that. The second thing is, all of these oh, there's a lot of people. But you agree that like everybody in this administration, you talk about like, well, they're judges for that. Hasn't everybody in this administration been attacking all of the judges? Do they disagree with that? Like saying that these judges are like illegitimate, they're illegal. I'm sorry, when the Vice President of the United States, the Attorney General, the head of the Department of Justice, disagrees with the rulings, but says these are illegitimate judges that are acting outside their jurisdiction. They shouldn't even be allowed to make things. Did Biden or Obama ever say that like these judges are corrupt and evil and shouldn't be allowed to rule in these things?
I don't know. This is like a whataboutism. Like
it's not a whataboutism. I'm asking. I'm saying Trump did a horrible thing. None of the Democrat presidents have done this horrible thing, and you're making it sound like well, it's just a normal thing, but it's not.
Is it horrible to criticize a ruling from a judge, and then say, and then criticize like I guess the standing of the judge? Because obviously I think the check is impeachment. Is that how is that an evil thing?
Is that what he did? Is that what I said he did? He criticized a ruling?
No, I don't know the specific scenario. I mean, I don't know everything Trump is saying. This is your job. I'm in college.
What's wrong with open borders? Is it really that bad to let someone in your country if they need help?
This is a crazy shift in topic, but yeah, it's bad to let everyone else in your country.
Not everyone. Is it bad? Oh, so it's bad to let in somebody to help them out a little bit.
Yeah, we don't have the resources.
Oh, so it's bad to help anybody ever.
Are you like fully cosmopolitan?